Hey everyone, and welcome to part 3 on this series of how to build a corporate headshot photography business. This is where I show you all the different components that make up my business. And today we're doing the third part, which is how to build your portfolio. And if you haven't seen the other videos or you want to start at the beginning, which I highly recommend, there'll be a link to that video somewhere up here on the screen now. That'll give you a brief outline of the entire framework of my business. And it'll also give you a description of all the things that we're going to be covering in depth in these follow-up videos. And today we're doing part 3, which is how to build an effective portfolio that is going to help sell your services as a photographer. Let's get started. So your portfolio is a really important part of your passive marketing. But a lot of people do get this wrong. And so what I've done is I've got 6 guidelines, and they should help you to create a really effective portfolio that is built around selling your services as a photographer. So you need to remember that your photographs are your product. So the portfolio needs to be spot on, and it needs to be designed to sell your services rather than just show off nice photographs. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. And I am going to go fast here so that we can just get into the guts of the information. The first one is the number of images that you want to have in your portfolio. Now, through trial and error, I've found that somewhere between 16 and 20 images is the sweet spot. I've experimented with more, and I've seen people that have over 100 images, and that just overwhelms the client. And also, if you don't have enough images, if you've only got 2 or 3, then you're not building on that credibility. So in my experience, I've found that 16 to 20 images is about the right number of images that you want to have in your portfolio. The second thing is that you should only put up your very best work. This is really important, and a lot of people don't understand this. If you put up 19 amazing images and one image that's just plain good, people will judge you by that one image. Your worst image is what you're going to be judged by. And a lot of people do not believe that. And I can absolutely assure you that that is exactly what happens. Now, if you don't have 16 to 20 images that are amazing, then if you've only got 12, then only put up 12. I'd much prefer that you only put up 12, or you put a smaller number of images that are really, really good, than including work that's not quite up to scratch, because that is what they're going to judge you by. So always put up your best work, no exceptions. So the third one is to show some variety in your portfolio. Now, last week we talked about how you wanted to make sure that your photographs all have the same sort of look. And that's not the variety that I'm talking about. We still want that. What we want is variety in the types of people that you show off in your photographs. Because you don't want to be boxed in as the guy that only shoots middle-aged men, say. So make sure that the subjects or the people in your photographs, you've got a variety. You've got people with blonde hair and with dark hair. You've got older people, younger people, men, women, etc. So you want to get into a situation where any client that comes to your website will get a sense of confidence that you can get them a good photograph. Okay, so the fourth one's pretty simple. You need to make sure that your images are nice and clean. So no funky borders, no text over the image, no logo, absolutely no logo. This is, a lot of people get this wrong. Do not put a logo, it cheapens the quality of the work. No presets, things like that. Just nice clean images that are all cropped exactly the same, and you've got a nice clean backdrop. And this is going to set you up for next week's video, where we're going to be talking about your website. So there's 2 really important pages, the 2 most important types of pages on your website. One of them is your portfolio. So we want to make sure that the images that we're going to be putting on that portfolio are top notch. And if you don't want to miss out on that video, make sure that you subscribe, because we're going to be breaking up the entire strategy behind building a website that sells you as a photographer. Okay, so the 5th one is that you need to review your portfolio all the time and continuously update your portfolio. So as you shoot more, you're just going to get better. And you're going to take a little bit more time, and during your shoot you're also going to grab some images that you're going to be able to use for your portfolio. So a lot of the times my client will come in and will say, I want this sort of look, that sort of look, and I will shoot those looks, but then I'll also get them in a position where I think I'll get a good photograph for my portfolio as well, regardless of whether they purchase it or not. Often just because they're helping me out, I will give them that image for free, but it just really depends on a case-by-case basis. But the thing is that I'm always looking for new content that I can go and use to update my portfolio. So the last point is to consider your audience. Now, what does that mean? Well, in my case, I target mostly business owners and actors. And so I make sure that those two types of people are represented in my portfolio. But if you live somewhere where you may be wanting to go after, say, fitness professionals, then you need to make sure that those types of photographs are also in your portfolio. You're just going to have to adapt, and your photographs are going to attract that type of business. So you need to make sure that those people are represented in your portfolio. So that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to click the like button. Now, next week, we're going to be talking about how to build your website for your photography business. So if you don't want to miss out on that one, make sure that you click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, you can reach me through any of the usual social media platforms, and you're going to find all the links in the description below. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.